Welcome traders, this is Mike Hamilton for Trade the Easy Way, and done my weekly preparation now. Just going to share the highlights of that with you, and I will discuss that in more detail in the trading room and traders round table as well. So let's start off with the dollar index, daily on the right, weekly on the left, and you can see little pause up here as we have hit a barrier here in the daily chart on the right. So expect some pullbacks, but overall I'm looking for, it's 3 decent weeks on the dollar index. I'm looking for some strength, and ultimately, I think this hammer-like bar here a couple of weeks back is going to drift us or push us right up to some higher levels. So swing short the pound US dollar, as I've talked about in the room, as I took it in the room, and been short a couple of days. And the reason why I'm short is because this trend line here on the weekly is holding really well. Although we have a higher close on the weekly chart, we did not close above 145. Sorry, this 145.50. So not a conclusive short, I have to admit. We've actually engulfed the previous week's bar, so I'm not feeling my boots on this. However, if we break 143, which we're not that far off now, then we could roll, and we could roll fairly fast. We've got the major support here at 138. If we come down and test that and we break, obviously that's then we'll look for the next level. Okay, so if you're not in this, you are not too late. We look as if we could get a bounce to at least 560, if not 156. It's a reasonably light week on the data front, not much on Monday. Wednesday is US trade balance and CAD rates. Thursday is UK GDP. Friday is US GDP. Not much in between, so fairly quiet. Hence the reason why I might see some drifting back of these charts, unless we have some significant event. But so that's my plan on the pound US dollar. This is my plan on the pound New Zealand dollar. I would like to see this come all the way back to 212. And if 212 holds, then I will re-enter. Very happy for it to come a little bit lower, really challenge the lower levels of that channel on the daily chart before we start to push higher and reach out for some of these higher levels. The pound Aussie dollar has a massive move, that's right into 50%. Again, looking for this to drift back down this coming week, and then see if I can pick up a lower price. Euro, I think a pullback to 280, 113 could see us reach out for the next leg down here. We have got to be aware of that weekly chart, which has got a 20 and 50 cross potentially happening, but overriding I think is the short, and any test of that 50 EMA or the higher level of this particular little region is shortable. Just make sure I have, okay, it's not that on my chart. And pound yen is sideways, slightly, keep inching higher, so there's definitely one for the watch list, but we are struggling. So that could pop out of there. We've got this trend line coming across the top. We've got some higher closes here, but at the moment just not convincing. And indices, Dow is pretty flat on the week. We came into contact with the weekly 20 EMA there. Closed under a fib level. We're now sandwiched between the 200 and the 50, which I think will create some more chop. And so I'm just leaving that. We we matched Friday's range. We didn't create any new levels. I would like to see this climb higher into this, somewhere into this trend line, either the moving average or the trend line, and then get short at that point there if I get a signal. Oil, I think, will move sideways before we get the next leg up. So I'd like to see that a 46.40 area, and then see if we can break up to 50. Oh, ultimately, I'm looking for this to come up to 70, 68, 70. But short term, looking for some retracements in view of what I've said of the dollar. Gold. I'm looking for gold. I think gold is actually still very, very bullish. I just think it needs to pull back before we get the next leg up, and I would look for that to come into that area there, retest that weekly 20 EMA around about the 12 to 12.15 mark before that starts to climb up and attack this trend line. Okay, so I didn't touch on the US dollar CAD. Let's have a quick look at that one. We've got CAD rates on Thursday. So CAD is, US dollar CAD is a buy at 129.50, and then at which point I think we can start to wind our way back to 145. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and look out for the announcements to what's happening with the membership and the courses, because I'm really, really excited about some of these courses now. I'm tying up some other research work I've done in introducing it into Scalper School, which is going to make the whole Scalper School a lot tighter, including the way in which I'm using setups in the Scalper School and the way in which I'm monitoring the markets. Okay, so watch out for that. That will be out ASAP. I'll try and get it out by tomorrow, Sunday night. Otherwise, I will talk to you Monday. Thanks very much, and like I said, have a great weekend.